I'm Kent, and this is a Weekend Adventure Rides gear review. Today we're looking at the GIVI PLR 3105 Pannier rack. It's also sold under the brand name KAPPA as the KLR 3105. So this being a review, let's talk about the good and the bad. We'll start with the good. Manufacturing quality of these products is really good. As far as the tube goes and then the brackets, it seems to be high quality steel. There are these quick connect fittings that allow you to easily remove the bracket themselves. These similar fittings are used for the Trekker Outback cases, which are the cases that fit these. The reason I got these is specifically I wanted those cases. I really like the look and style of those cases and the quality. They're aluminum cases. It appeared that they would work really good for the application of adventure riding and touring that I'm gonna do on my bike. After having installed these and the cases, I went on a couple rides. They seemed to work fine, had no problems, until we went to Idaho for the Idaho BDR, in which I loaded my cases to the recommended 22 pounds. It says that's the max load, so that's the load that I put in there. As it worked out, that was about what I needed to fill the panniers. And if you're gonna go on a 7 to 10 day trip, you're likely gonna need that much weight. After loading those and spending a couple days on the trail, I noticed that the panniers themselves were starting to bow out. Unfortunately, the mount for the bracket actually goes into this piece of metal here, and then it's connected to the frame below where the weight goes in. So what happens is any force put on this actually separates the two pieces, which are only connected by this quick release bolt. We're gonna have to come up with a method in order to prevent this from happening. And this undue stress is gonna cause a lot of damage and eventually break this. And unfortunately, it broke a weld further down on the body of this mounting bracket. You notice that the stress from the bracket, or from the weight in the pannier, actually broke this bracket right here, this mounting point to this pillion foot peg here. So we're gonna have to fix that as well and try to re-weld that. After discovering that the weight of the panniers was ultimately destroying the racks and that they were gonna fail, decided the only on-trail fix I could do was to place some paracord and tie it pretty tightly here on both sides in order to take some weight off of these brackets here. That got us home, but it's not the fix that I want for the future. I'd like to not put any weight on this aluminum rack. We're gonna come up with a more permanent fix for this. So what we're gonna do, I have a friend that's a professional welder. I'm gonna take these parts over to his shop and we're going to re-weld these. My intention is to weld this bracket to the bracket that mounts to the bike. The bolts are still accessible when the two brackets are placed together. It won't really make a big difference because I don't intend on taking these off the bike. The quick disconnects just aren't something that I use at all. So I'll probably leave those, if I do, at the end here, and then also at this cross between the left and right side mounting brackets. So let's wrap them up. We'll take them over to the shop, get them welded up, bring them back, put them on the bike, and see if this weld fix is going to make these panniers useful again, because I have a lot of rides coming up. All right, let's jump over. All right, so I was finally able to make it over to my buddy's shop where he's a metal fabricator and welder. He was able to weld these up for me. We got those plates on there like I described before. So this should be a far more rigid stand now that we've got these. So what I want to do now is just take this wire brush and we're going to clean up these welds really quick, and then I'm going to paint it using this truck bed liner. So this isn't going to be like it was before, powder coated, but this should hold up pretty well to the abuse of off-road riding. So just get these cleaned up really quick. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to take these outside. We'll spray them with this and we'll see how it turns out. All right, so I just got a fresh coat of paint on these racks, and now we're gonna get them mounted up to the bike. I also got some new hardware, so hopefully that works out a little bit better than it did before. So I used the hex head this time instead of the supplied Allen head ones that it came with. Okay, so I've got them all mounted up here, and these things are absolutely rock solid. Final review on this product. If you feel like you need a rapid release, or if you feel like you're not going to pack a lot of gear in your bags and you're not going to do long distance motorcycle touring, then maybe these are the right racks for you. But GIVI does make the PL3105 or the KL3105, which are just welded and they don't have the quick release on them. So ultimately, I'd say forego this purchase. Don't buy the quick release ones and just get the ones that are welded solid that you have to bolt to the bike. So that's my final review on this product. All right, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment down there, and we'll see you next time on Weekend Adventure Rides.